Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here. We just finished up a Black Ops 6 campaign. My initial thoughts with it, I do like a lot of the campaigns of Call of Duty. The last one, the Modern Warfare one, I had a little issues with some of the stuff, but I feel like they have a very good balance of things in this Black Ops 6. So what I mean by that is, to go more in depth, is of course you have the regular linear storyline. It's still linear, but then you have the linear levels in there. They were able to mix in a couple sandbox ones in there, just one big one on a big map. It's not very big. You maybe have like 10 or 15, well, maybe actually more than that, probably about 20 things to do in it. It doesn't feel like it's like it drags on, but it definitely feels like that has been flushed out a lot from what I felt like in the last Modern Warfare game. So I like that. And then of course I like the espionage type infiltration missions, and there were 2 or 3 in here that just felt great. And kind of putting those with the linear storyline, that while you only have 3 choices to kind of go through, one of them, and then another one's more of a linear kind of switching between characters, which I do love. Gives you a real a team aspect in a lot of Call of Duty games than just by having one linear through. I actually loved it. The overall story, I mean, to me, it's weird in some aspects, because I'm not a zombies type guy. Maybe I'll play a little multiplayer here and there over the time of the cycle. I do have Game Pass, so I'd kind of just play it there. Maybe I'll hop on some multiplayer here and there, but really I don't play a lot of zombies, if any. And having that woven into the storyline in a way is both strange but works in a way in this particular sense. Could you do that in another Call of Duty game? No, it wouldn't work in Modern Warfare. It wouldn't work in maybe if you have a different storyline, it wouldn't work. But with this, I feel like this was tailored because it is 3 days before Halloween. I really feel like this was tailored because there's some of the zombies in the main story with that. I feel like that aspect, they timed the release date around Halloween for a purpose, and that was that. I actually am mad about zombies, but in the campaign, I actually did enjoy it. I know it's big. I'm not a big zombies guy. I don't think I've ever really played zombies, but maybe once or twice in the entire cycle of COD. So yeah, I don't really play it, and I found that portion to be actually pretty fun. As for the story itself, now I'm gonna try not to spoil a lot of stuff. We'll talk about kind of the things in the game itself, kind of the upgrades, but I feel like the money aspect of getting money in the campaign and then spending it on some kind of slow progression perk wise, I didn't really feel a difference on higher difficulty. Maybe at the lower difficulties you feel that, but then it's a little bit easier. I don't know. At the end of the day, I felt like even at the highest difficulties, you're being 1 or 2 shot in the first place. With shotgun, you're pretty much getting 1 shot. There were certain aspects where I was getting 1 shot in against certain guns. I mean, the reality is I don't think any of the updates really matter on at least some of the perks like that. Now the extra life, I felt like me having the extra life did give me an opportunity to get behind cover a lot more, and then the, let's say probably like the armor system. Obviously it's the same armor system like in all the a lot of the CODs now in Warzone. I felt like the perks with that made sense. The mansion aspect, I thought it was cool. I mean, you're still it kind of makes a feel of the previous Black Ops games where you're playing Like you had your little hideout. I like that aspect. And you're kind of using a map and move around. I do like that overall. So it's something I want Call of Duty to kind of expand on in certain aspects on Black Ops. Black Ops is more of the secretive type idea. So it's a small team. It works with this, but it doesn't work with Modern Warfare because it's more of a special forces type Call of Duty, which is cool. The other aspects of it, like I said, with the level pacing, stuff like that, I thought it was good, and I really enjoyed the storyline overall with it. Like with any COD, like I play it and it's like I wish I was immediately playing the next Black Ops game, because obviously to continue the story, I'm sure there'll probably be a Black Ops 7 and continue the story to go on. A couple twists and turns in there, I did enjoy it, and that's kind of what happens with Black Ops. The background of it being in 91 is both, to me as a 90s kid, seeing a lot of the stuff that I saw growing up, like there's Walkman, stuff like that in the game. People are walk around with that. It brings some nostalgia to everything, but also, I mean, we're going away from the idea of the Soviet Union, because obviously by that time, I think towards the end, no, it was in 89 or 90 where the Berlin Wall came down. So effectively, the Soviet Union still technically exists here, but it's defunct or about to be defunct at this point. But I felt like moving away from that maybe lost a little bit. However, with the plots, if they were to do a sequel, I'm just hoping that it's not, okay, we go into Modern Warfare territory where it's like you only really have 3 factions to really go with. It's either terror or it's ultranationalists or something like that. I want Black Ops to be a little bit different, and I'm not sure where this is going to go. They kind of show a character they don't explain at the end of it. There's a couple of flash them throughout the game. Many think it's last name's Kane, Crimson One. Many people are thinking about that, but I'm not sure how this goes from this on. Obviously, he's not part of the game whatsoever in this aspect, so it's not really a spoiler. It's just maybe something. It's to tease more of the seasons, maybe in a multiplayer, which I won't really play, if anything. But also, it could be what is Black Ops 7. If you refer back to, I think, Modern Warfare 2, they had an end credit scene that set up the operations portion for that you can do with your friends. So that might be a setup for that, but kind of give it a different feel. Yeah, overall, I did enjoy it. I mean, I like the characters. The game looks amazing. I had to tone it down for myself for both recording wise, but I was also streaming at the same time. I had to turn it down a little bit, but the game looks amazing even on high. I didn't have it on like extreme. It's like high, ultra, and then extreme, like the max. Some of the lighting felt a little weird, but that's probably because of me rather than the actual game. So I felt like that was pretty good. I had to turn down some of the oscillation, things like that, because a lot of stuff was like shining back at me, and my eyes just at this point, after having LASIK, everything like that, is more sensitive to light over time. So yeah, that's one thing. It's one thing I've always had, is more sensitivity to light even before that. So had to tone it down a little bit, but ultimately it looks great. The characters, I thought the voice acting was good. I also thought the detail of the characters looked great. Like you could actually see on some of the characters some facial features And I'm not just saying like all the characters look good. Obviously, Adler has the scar, so we're kind of used to that. We don't really talk to Adler a whole lot, but like, say some of the other ones that have more of the actual textures to their skin, stuff like that, which I really thought was cool. Brought the characters more into light while you were talking to them and things like that. So I thought it was good. Yeah, that's my thoughts video. I don't know how long it's going to be. Probably about 10 minutes, I would guess, at this point. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Go ahead and check out the playthrough if you haven't already. If you've already watched the playthrough, thanks for hanging out. And I will see you guys on the next one. Later.